CL Excellence in Trading. Traders, good to be with you. Got a lot to talk about today. Talk about some numbers, some interesting charts, I have to say. I'm pretty surprised at the lack of price action this week. And we'll take a look at that in just a moment. Traders, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I am your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006. 2008, I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. And 9 days later, got on the Big Bird, came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday to celebrate my retirement. Well, traders, I'm here on my 9th year in Asia. Absolutely loving it. It's a great place to trade the financial markets. Early in the morning for Asia, afternoon for London, evening for New York. So get a little taste of all three sessions and still get a good night's rest. Traders, I'll tell you that I'm a pullback trader. I like price action to make a move. Give me a pullback using, most of the time, a Fibonacci tool and using price levels, price action, price structure, and candlesticks to determine where I would expect price to turn around and continue the trend. I also listen to fundamentals all the time. And fundamentals is very important in my trading, as you need to know what's coming out, what's not coming out, when it's coming out, who's speaking, who is not speaking, and it's just so vital in your trading to know what the fundamentals are for that day. If you're in a position, something's coming out, you need to know if you're going to protect your position, if you're going to get out of your position. All that stuff comes into play in our trading. Traders, I put this together, my technicals and my fundamentals, and I come up with a trade plan. When I come up with the trade plan, I enact it. In other words, I put alarms on my charts, price gets to that level, I go back to my chart, I look at it, and I determine whether it's time to enter the trade or I need to wait. I will tell you that I do my analysis on a daily chart for my bias and a 4-hour chart. 1-hour chart, I do 99% of my analysis. My price levels on my currency pairs are done on a 2-hour chart, and I enter and exit trades on a 30-minute chart. It sounds a little confusing, but it's really not. It's just basically up to the high and just come down to the lower time frame and then make my entry, right? I'm not against weekly charts and monthly charts. It's just that, I'm trading off of 1 and 30-minute charts, so I really don't need to go into weekly and monthlies. The daily chart gives me a great bias of what that currency pair is doing. All right, traders, that's just a little bit about myself. Let's get the legal stuff out of the way, get moving here. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex market. Traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Remember, traders, this is a game of capital preservation. Live to trade for tomorrow. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. I have a hard time speaking today. All right, and it's really a beautiful morning. It's quite nice, I have to be honest with you. Let's take a look at some news and some numbers here. Let's take a look at the economic calendar today. We did have FOMC George spoke already today. Japan had retail sales came out bad earlier in Asia today. We have some news events. Most of the news events today, we have German unemployment rate in London today, and then German unemployment change, which is the big high impact event today in the London session. The FOMC members are just speaking away, right? We got another FOMC member in London session. Hawker speaks today, and I wonder if he's hawkish. All right, and really that basically wraps up London, and then in New York we have GDP quarter on quarter for Q2, which I'm sure is going to be watched pretty closely, and then we have pending home sales, another high impact news event, and that's about it, folks. And of course we have our natural gas storage, which is no big deal. Markets won't even probably look at it. All right, let's take a look at some numbers. The Dow 30 closed up 0.16%. The S&P 500 was up 0.53%. The NASDAQ was up 0.24%. The small caps 2000 was up 0.70%. So green day on Wall Street. Let's take a look at the DAX. The DAX was up 0.74%. The FTSE 100 was up 0.61%. The CAC 40 was up 0.77%. And the Euro Stoxx 50 was up 0.66%. Another green day. Let's head on over to Asia. Let's see what's going on in Asia. The Nikkei 225 currently trading up 0.80%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is currently up 0.86%. The China A50 closed yesterday negative 0.49%, and the Hang Seng closed yesterday up 0.20%. Those two countries have not started trading yet. However, the Kospi out of Seoul that is currently trading is up 0.75%. And just in case you're interested, the SET, the Stock Exchange of Thailand, is down, closed down yesterday at negative 0.66%. All right, traders, that wraps up our economic calendar for today and some numbers that happened yesterday. I don't know. It's going to be, I don't know, it's been a pretty lackluster week. I'm a little surprised. I thought we would have more price action. I think, the beginning of the week we had the presidential debate in America. Markets just didn't do anything for 2 days. It's unbelievable. And, so here we are on a Thursday coming to the end of the week. And it's going to be interesting. I'd like to see one good push before the weekend and make some pips for the week. It's been, like I said, a lackluster week this week. Nothing going on. Take a look at the euro dollar. This is a perfect example of nothing going on. Look at this. This is in a nasty range, right? It's hanging out at the 200 exponential moving average for the last 3 days. There's nothing going on here, folks. This is horrible. So I put some new markings on the chart. Resistance at 1235. Want to sell it from there, and we'll get out at 1189. So, it's a nice 50 pip trade if we can get it to work. We're seeing two candles break above the 200 exponential moving average. However, if you look up to the chart, it hasn't taken out those spikes on those candles. And if you look at that candlestick formation, what is that, folks? We have a decision candle, a doji in the middle, that blue candle with the big wicks, and a red candle, right? At resistance. Yes, my friends, that is an evening star. And it absolutely worked. 3 candles later, we had the big red candle to the downside. And that was it. That looks like that happened in New York. And I would assume it's either Draghi's talk yesterday or Fed Chair Yellen speaking yesterday. So, just love to see this just notch up there and we can sell this. And the stop doesn't have to be that big, right? We can just go above the resistance level and put your stop there if it works, right? So we want to sell this, right? Bias bearish, bias bearish. Let's take a look at the pound. Again, look at this chart, folks. Left of the chart, that is in a nasty price range. It's not doing anything. I left the numbers on here from yesterday. It hasn't done anything. Now we're in our spot where we want to sell it, right? We want to sell it. Now we're too close to the daily pivot point, so we need to kick back up again to that R2 at 1.3051, and we'll take it to the downside. We want to get out at 29.40. I don't think that's going to happen today, my friends. But we do have data out of the pound today, so, it could happen. Could happen. So we'll see. But I'm not trading this ugly range, right? Here's another one. Here is the Aussie, right? Look at this. Not doing anything, folks. This is yesterday's chart. Yes, and yesterday's levels, we broke the resistance level, overshot, which is normal. It's very normal that if we get an overshoot. Now we got a red candle. However, we got angle and separation in the EMAs to the upside, and the 10 exponential moving average is below price. So we'd like to see a bearish formation, and we can sell this at 76.83, but we're gonna get some nasty bounces at that daily pivot point and the 55, and then we'll work our way down to take profit at 76.31 zone of the 200 exponential moving average. Not a very comfortable trade, but like I said, my bias is bearish. It has not taken out that high left of the chart of that wick, so it could work, and we'll see. See what happens in London. Definitely nothing in Asia. We're not going to get into this in Asia. There's nothing coming out in Asia today, so this is a London trade. Take a look at the Euro Aussie. This, this pair just is amazing. This did exactly what we thought was going to happen, but we thought the possibility that it was going to turn around to the upside. So this is pretty stretched out to the downside this week. However, what does it do? Gives us a fib pullback, right? Just about to the 50% fib. a couple of pips off, and then turns around and bolts back down to the downside. Now we're at almost support, and I'll take profit at 45.62. So we need to pull back all the way back up to the 50% Fibonacci level at 1.4629, which is also the R1 pivot point. And we'll look to get in there and sell this. But the problem is, my friends, we're going to have price just grinding it at that price level. Look left of the chart. There's a lot of price action, a lot of junk. And this really needs to come up to that 200 exponential moving average, right? We really would like to see this come up to the 200, that green line, and take it at the 50%. I'm sorry, the other one was at 38.2. My apologies. And that's it, like I said, 46.29. But we really like to see this head on up to 46.20 area on that 50% fib of the 200 exponential moving average, and then sell it. I don't want to. Yeah, I made a mistake on this. I should have put that up higher because we don't want to sell this with all this price action left of the chart. This is going to be a battle to the downside. So let's hope we get one more shot up to that 50%, and then we can take it back down. Or, to tell you the truth, traders, this just might fall off the cliff and just head to the downside, and then you just have to decide where you want to get and either go to a higher time frame or a lower time frame to try to inch your way into the trade. All right, here's the euro yen. This did exactly what we sort of mentioned yesterday, but my bias is bearish. I wasn't too comfortable with the trade yesterday, and I'm more comfortable today. I'm glad that this broke out to the upside. We're going to come up to resistance here at 113.39. We'll get out at 112.37. This is a 98 pip trade, my friends. This is a nice trade. We just need it to work, and it can work. We have good resistance at that magenta line there, where our entry's at 113.39, and that's also the R2 reversal pivot. So that's really nice. Then we're going to battle our way back down, and we're going to have a problem at the 200 and at the daily pivot point. But we want to get through that and break to support at 112.37. This is a really nice trade setup. I really like this trade setup. This can really work for us today. Kuroda speaks in London today, 30 minutes before the London Open. Bank of Japan Governor Kuroda speaks today. So be alert to that. That should be pretty interesting as we open into the London session. Let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. This actually broke to the downside and just pulled it right back up again. Now we're in a nasty area. Again, no price action. We don't want to enter trades here, right? So we want this to pull back up to that R1 pivot point at 73.10. We'll get out at 72.38. So, again, bias bearish on the New Zealand dollar. Absolutely bias bearish, and that's exactly what we want. All right, traders. On behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me today on a Thursday. Traders, please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, you can hook me up on your Twitter, as I do tweet for the London session, and that's at FXCL Alerts1 on Twitter. I'm active. However, if there's nothing going on, I don't put anything in the Twitter. So, it just depends on the day. Some days I'm put probably 8 or 9 tweets. Some days, like yesterday, I only put 2. So it is what it is. But it's fun. It's great being around and trading and just being in the markets. It's really, really a great opportunity for us. And I think the weeks ahead are going to be really fun and adventurous. Traders, always remember to trade smart and not hard, and we will catch you in about 24 hours. Take care, traders. Have a great trading day. Bye-bye.